Okay. Let me ask you a question first. Report, is it formal task or informal writing task?
Formal.
Just write the answer. Yeah, it's a formal writing task. Actually, there are mainly two types of reports that I want to focus on today. I will focus mainly on informative reports and assessment reports. If you just want to inform with information, Ahmed Mohammed, please mute your mic. So you just inform, you want to assess something, or you just want to give information. So a report, you do not write a report to publish it like an article or to publish it in a school magazine or no. A report is a formal piece of writing concerning a particular person. You might write a report about a person, or you might write a report about a place. You visited the place, or you're evaluating a place or assessing that place, or about a situation or plan. And this report is addressed to one's superior or to colleagues. What do you mean by superior? You might write a report to your manager. You might write a report to your colleague. Colleague is different from a friend. A friend is informal. You might write to a friend an email or something like that. But a colleague, this is a formal relationship at work or at school or whatever. So you write a report to him. You do not write informally, but you write formally. It is addressed to one's superiors or members of a committee or a company, and it's written in response to a request or instruction. Usually they say, you are requested to write a report about the trip or the journey, or about the project you're working on, or about a person. Do you recommend this person to get like a promotion or not? You are his supervisor or whatever. So these are reports. So when you write a report, you need to know who you are and you're writing a report to whom. This is really important. So we have two types I will focus on today, assessment reports and informative reports. Is it there is difference between the format or outline? No, nothing different. But two examples. An example to assess a place, and another example just to inform, give information. Today I will just talk about assessment reports. Okay, you might assess a place, you might assess a person, so which presents and evaluate the positive and or negative features of a person, a place. So you talk about the positives and negatives. Not because you love this person, so you write only the positives. Not because you hate this place, you write only the negatives. So you need to be fair in your report and not biased. So they also include your opinion. You might say, do I write my opinion in the report? Yes. At the final paragraph, you write your opinion or recommendation. So this is the assessment report. For sure, a report needs a title. So you need a title. A report needs subheadings before each paragraph. And many students forgot to write subheadings in the final exam and they lost marks. And they said it many times. Please write subheadings. And there are two guaranteed subheadings. If I need 4 paragraphs, you have an introduction, just write this word, introduction, you got a mark. And in the final paragraph, just write conclusion or recommendation, and you will get a mark. So you guarantee 2 subheadings, the introduction and the conclusion. What about the main body? I need 2 paragraphs for the main body, and you need 2 subheadings as well. So let's take it step by step. You don't need to write to, from, subject, date. You don't need to write that. So you can start directly with the introduction. Okay. What are the points to consider? When you write a report, you should be writing a formal style, like using complex sentences, non-colloquial English. Avoid using informal linking words and informal language, short forms. Avoid using these. Try to use frequently passive and linking words and phrases. Before you write your report, you should think of who the report is being written by and who the report is addressed to. So you need to know who you are, the person who's writing the report, and you're writing to whom, because it will affect your style and technique of writing. And I'll give you some examples now. Okay, so for sure, you need to give your report an appropriate subject title and carefully plan the information you will present and think of a suitable subheadings, then decide on the information you will include under each subheading. Use linking words to join each idea. And these are some useful language to begin and end your report. If you want to start your report, you can start with this. You can say, the purpose of this report is to assess the trip to Skhir, for example, or to assess the suitability of, for example, that sports center to shift our trainings on, or to assess or to evaluate that person to get a promotion or not. So you can start like this. Or as requested, this is a report concerning or regarding, and say the reason for writing. This report contains or outlines or assesses whatever, and you mention what it assesses or what it contains. So you need two things in your introduction, two components. Firstly, you need to write the purpose. Why are you writing this report? What is the reason for writing the report? Secondly, you need to write the content of your report, what this report contains, what it includes. So these two components you need to write in the introduction. Then you start your main body paragraphs, and I will show you how. How to end your report. You can start with to conclude, to sum up, in conclusion. My recommendation is, it should be, I conclude or I suggest that, and you say your conclusion. So this is how to start and how to end. Now let's see an example of an assessment report. Let's see how it's written. Okay. But before we move to the example, can you please silently go through this part? Just read it silently so you'll be aware of what we're going to do. Okay, you have 1 minute to skim this part. Okay, so let's read the example. We have an example here about an assessment report assessing a place. So let's read the question. It says, a local sports team in your town needs new facilities where they will train for the national competition. As assistant coach of the team, you've been asked to visit a new sports center and to write a report assessing the suitability of the center. Write your report. So who you are now, as I said, you need to decide who you are, writing a report to whom. Who you are an assistant coach. You're writing to whom? To the chairperson of the team or the club. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna assess the suitability of a new sports center. Because you have a sports center, you're gonna leave it and you're gonna move to a new sports center. So you went to a new sports center and you're writing a report about it. Uh, so about its suitability, you're going to assess. Assess means evaluate, say the positives and negatives fairly. Okay. So let's see how he's going to start. For sure, we have subheadings. So the introduction. The purpose of this report is to assess the suitability of Rizere Sports Center as a possible future training base for the Dursley Swimming Club. So this is the new sports center. It's called Rizere Sports Center. And Dursley Swimming Club, this is their club. And he clarified here in the introduction, what is the purpose of this report? So it's to assess its suitability. Is it suitable to us or not? Second paragraph, he will talk about location and access. So location and access. Don't write a complete sentence or a long question or a long sentence and you call it a subheading. I just need one or two words summarizing what you're going to or referring to what you're going to talk about. So Riverway Sports Center is conveniently located. He's going to mention the location now, huh? So located just off the ring road to the south of Dursley. Dursley is their city. Next to the Marston Industrial Estate. It is also easily accessible by private transport from most parts of the city. So he mentioned the location and how to access, how to reach it. Buses run between the sports center and the city center every 15 minutes from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Here I can write, however, why are these spaces here? Because you need to write with the linking words. Also, especially, furthermore, however, in addition. On the other hand, particularly to sum up, therefore, you need to use linking words, formal linking words, if you want to get a good mark. So, however, direct services from other areas may be limited. So, early in the morning or late, especially, I'm sorry, here we can write especially early in the morning or late at night. So, this is the second paragraph. Straight to the point, formal language. He's saying the good points and also the negative points of the location and access. Now, another paragraph. You leave a space, you write a subheading, and you start your task. The Rizere Center offers an excellent range of facilities. Now, here, talk about the facilities. What are the services or the facilities offered in that club that we don't have now? So we can make use of it later in that club if we join. It has a large spectator area and changing rooms with ample locker space and showers. Okay. Furthermore, the center has large, well-equipped gym, has a gym. But, or however, there is no cafeteria. There are no restaurants within walking distance. Look, he's talking about the good facilities and also the facilities that is not there. So, yes. So you can say furthermore or additionally or whatever. Thank you, Dever. There is no cafeteria. There are no restaurants. So additionally, there are no restaurants within walking distance for the center, which means that the team members would have to bring packed lunches. So he's clarifying everything to his superior, to his chairperson. You are the writer, you're clarifying everything in your report. This is a report. So you need to report everything from the name itself. Okay, then he moved to another paragraph. I just need two main body paragraphs. So introduction, two main body paragraphs, and the conclusion. No need for more than that. Availability and cost. When is it available? Because we will not buy the club, we will just rent it. So we rent it for a few hours to train there and leave. So availability and cost. The pool could be available for sole use by the club on weekday mornings from 7 to 8 a.m. or Monday and Wednesday nights after 9 p.m. There is also the possibility of booking the pool for galas like gatherings and stuff like that, on occasional Saturday evenings. The gym is available from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. The cost of hiring the pool at the special club rates would be 40 pounds per hour compared to 30 pounds currently paid by the club for the city bath. So now they pay 30, and if they go there to the new club, they will pay 40 pounds per hour. So it's a little bit more, but he has to say everything, the positives and negatives and everything. Finally, the recommendation. He didn't write conclusion because he's already given recommendation. So uh, that's why he wrote recommendation, not conclusion. You have the option to write recommendation or conclusion. It's up to you. How do I start the conclusion? Yes, to sum up, let's see the options here. Yeah, to sum up. Sorry. To sum up, Rizori Sports Center would be able to provide the facilities necessaries for the Dursley Swimming Club to train most importantly. It has the excellent 50-meter pool for type used in the top level competitions, and the slight increase in the cost of hiring the pool is acceptable. Only paying 10 pounds per hour for the whole team, no problem in it, especially in the view of the fact that the charges at the city bath are due for revision in this month. Yeah, خلاص, finally they will finish their contract and they might pay more in the current one. So why not to get a better service with this extra 10 pounds per guy? So he's just recommending, and who will take the decision? The chairperson. So this is an example of assessment report. You're assessing a place. You might be asked in the exam to assess a trip to the zoo, a trip to Sukhair, assess a project, assess a place. Before we finish, let's read another example, which is assessing a person. Okay, so this is the last example we're going to read together. As a supervisor of a children's summer camp, you've been asked by the managing, so who you are now? You are supervisor of a children's summer camp. You've been asked by the managing director to write assessment of one of the group leaders. You have group leaders under you, you're supervising them, who is being considered for a promotion. This woman will get a promotion. So they want you to write a report about this woman. Say the positives and negatives. Let's see. And you recommend her for the promotion or not. So write a report describing the employee and saying whether you would recommend him or her for the position. Here we write the subheadings. What do we write in the subheading in the introduction? Just introduction. Clear? So here, choose purpose, recommendation for the final one, leadership qualities, personal qualities, achievements. So these are the 5 subheadings you might choose from. Let's see the first one and analyze it together, how it's written. As requested, this report is an assessment of the suitability of Victoria Collins for promotion to group coordinator. So I mentioned here the purpose. The report summarizes her personal qualities, leadership qualities, work-related achievements, on the basis of which her suitability depends. And this is called the content. So you need 2 components in your introduction. The reason for writing the report, the content that you're going to cover later. Clear? So this is the introduction. We finished. We might write here purpose or introduction. Now we have 3 paragraphs before the conclusion. Let's see. The first main body paragraph is, Victoria is very enthusiastic member of staff, who's always pleasant and considerate, and whose punctuality record is commendable. She's provided herself to be reliable and helpful with positive attitude towards all aspects of her work. He's talking about her what? Personal qualities. Look, we might write here personal qualities as subheading. And he talks about her personal qualities, the good things and the bad things. She has good rapport with kids. He mentioned everything. Then another paragraph, he will talk about her. Let's see. Although Victoria has only been employed here for a short time, she's already demonstrated good leadership qualities. So here he's focusing mainly on her leadership qualities. So I can say leadership qualities as subheading. Paragraph D. Over the course of this summer, Victoria has voluntarily taken on many extra responsibilities involving the planning and organization of new entertainment. Uh, for instance, I will choose here for instance. She recently helped to plan a series of new activities which provide extremely successful and also very popular with the children. Um, for example, or moreover, many of her innovative ideas have been added to our existing program, thus providing group leaders and camp guests with a much wider variety of activity. The last paragraph, this is called the recommendation paragraph or the conclusion. How do we start it? Let's see here. We have an option of recommendation. Yes, so I'm going to write here recommendation. How do we start the conclusion? We can say, in conclusion. So in conclusion, I strongly recommend that Victoria should be promoted to the position of group coordinator. I feel she's an excellent, you're just summarizing or wrap up what you want to say by giving a recommendation. So I strongly recommend that Victoria should be promoted to the position of a group coordinator. I feel she's an excellent candidate for the job and would be valuable addition to the team. Okay, that's it. I've attached, so this is an example of an assessment report, and that was my lesson for today. I've attached in the material part a report, a PowerPoint for a report and how to write a report. And also there is a Google form to write a report. It's a short one, not a long one. So writing a report is your task for today. If you have any questions, please write in the chat box. If you don't have, you can leave. Thank you.